Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're taking your absolute passion for the beauty industry and, well, we're going to transform it into a confident, highly profitable business. You already have the artistry, right? You've got that eye for aesthetics, the technical skill, and literally the magic touch that makes your clients feel absolutely incredible. But mastering the shears, the color palette, or those advanced spa treatments, that's really only half the equation. The other half is mastering the business itself. And today, we're going to bridge that gap. We are taking the complex, sometimes totally intimidating world of business operations and laying it out super clearly, or mapping out your journey from a talented artist to an incredibly savvy entrepreneur. So here's our roadmap for building your dream shop step by step. First up, blueprinting your business. Second, choosing your ownership path. Third, designing and funding it. Fourth, staffing and customer service. And finally, number 5, marketing your dream shop. Okay, let's dive right into this first section, blueprinting your beauty business and setting that all-important foundation. Now, the very first challenge I want to throw your way is this. What is your point of difference? Seriously, in a crowded market, what actually makes you stand out? To build a real brand identity, you have to precisely define your aesthetic and exactly what it is you're selling. Are you selling high-end luxury relaxation? Or maybe fast, edgy, trend-setting haircuts? Eco-friendly wellness treatments? Look, if you try to be everything to everyone, you're going to end up being nothing to anyone. Nailing down that point of difference, that is step 1. Once you know your identity, you formalize it into a core business plan. Think of our case study from the source material, a hypothetical salon owner named Donna. Donna didn't just casually stroll into a bank with a dream. No, she walked in with this exact 6-step sequence. She wrote an executive summary. She defined her vision and mission statements. She mapped out an organizational plan, created a marketing strategy, gathered all her financial documents, and established crystal-clear business policies. She used these exact steps to outline her entire vision long before she ever sat down with a loan officer. And you might be wondering, why do we put ourselves through all that paperwork? Well, for the end goal. Just take a look at this. A fully stocked, perfectly branded, beautifully lit salon with gorgeous retail displays and totally professional stations. To get to this beautifully branded reality, we absolutely must master the business mechanics we just talked about first. The paperwork literally paves the way to the paradise you're seeing right here. All right, with the vision cast, let's transition into choosing your ownership path and how to actually structure your success. Basically, you've got 4 main paths you can take here. You could be a sole proprietor, meaning you own and operate the whole thing alone. You could enter a partnership where you're sharing the capital investment and, of course, the risk. You could form a corporation, which involves stockholders and very distinct tax structures, or you could buy into a franchise operating under a brand that's already established. Going back to our friend Donna from the case study, she weighed all these options carefully and ultimately decided to open her dream shop as a sole proprietorship, taking on the full ownership and direction herself. Now, beyond the legal structure, how do you physically acquire your space? It's kind of a tale of 2 extremes. On one side, you have the massive undertaking of purchasing an established business. This requires some intense due diligence. We're talking financial audits, complex written purchase agreements, complete inventory statements, transferring leases, and having to confirm the identity and reputation of the previous owner. It is some incredibly heavy lifting. On the other side, we have the highly popular, seemingly much simpler alternative, booth rental. But here's the million-dollar question. Is booth rental actually simpler? So the crucial point is this. Renting a booth makes you an independent contractor, and man, that comes with some very strict legal and financial obligations. You aren't just paying rent for a chair. You're suddenly responsible for paying all your own taxes, including higher Social Security. You absolutely must carry your own malpractice and health insurance. You have to strictly comply with IRS rules. You've got to buy and track your own inventory, manage your own booking systems, collect all your own fees, and often you're doing it all completely without a team. I mean, a beautifully serene, dimly lit spa suite like this one might look like the ultimate setup for independence, right? But I want you to really realize that while a rented suite offers amazing freedom to set your own hours and your own aesthetic, it also means immense personal accountability. From the massage oil sitting on the table to the software booking the appointment, the buck stops entirely with you. Okay, let's shift gears now to designing and funding it. This is the financial reality check where the artist truly meets the entrepreneur. Brace yourself because the reality of income allocation is often a massive financial shock to first-time owners. Look at this breakdown. A huge 53.5% of your money goes straight to salaries and commissions. Rent takes up a solid 13%. Supplies take 5%. Things like advertising, insurance, laundry, and repairs, they eat up another 13.5%. That means a staggering 85% of your income goes to total expenses. You are left with a 15% net profit. Just 15%, which means you must carefully, meticulously budget every single day to protect that slice of the pie. And that strict budget, it directly dictates your physical space. When Donna went to get her business loan, she didn't just bring a bunch of spreadsheets, she brought an actual architectural floor plan to her loan officer, John, to prove she completely understood flow. She had to literally show that the space could accommodate enough styling chairs, a color bar, and pedicure stations to actually generate the revenue needed to cover that huge 85% expense margin. Designing your salon for pure efficiency is what directly maximizes your return on investment. But managing money and optimizing floor space is really only half the battle. Let's transition to the human element, staffing and customer service. Because let's be real, a beautifully designed salon means absolutely nothing without the right team to bring it to life. When interviewing personnel, Donna knew that technical skill is really only part of the equation. Things like personal grooming, having an image that relates to the business brand, and a solid work history are all critical. But I want you to highlight these two in your mind: overall attitude and communication skills. A great attitude and the ability to communicate effectively with clients and coworkers are just as vital, if not more so, than an incredible haircutting or facial technique. Think about it. You can always teach a new coloring technique, but you cannot easily teach a completely new attitude. And that rock-solid attitude translates directly to customer service. The source material suggests this amazing exercise called Be Your Guest. I want you to imagine walking into your very own shop. Experience it through all 5 senses. What is the very first sound you hear? Is it a pleasant, grammatically correct greeting on the telephone? What does the reception area actually smell like? How does the checkout desk look? Excellent front desk management sets the tone for the entire client experience long before they even sit in a styling chair or on a massage table. Let's move on and see how this all builds into our final pillar: marketing your dream shop. You've got the blueprint, the ownership structure, the layout, and the team. Now how do you actually attract the client and get people through those beautiful doors? A truly holistic marketing plan juxtaposes the new school with the old school. On one hand, you have the icons of modern viral marketing, leveraging social media, writing blogs, posting wellness tips, and networking with brands online to build a digital community. But on the other hand, you absolutely need those essential traditional tools as well: beautifully printed business cards, eye-catching window displays, local outreach, and good old-fashioned client referrals. You need both, for sure. Digital gets your name on their screens, but traditional roots your business deep in the local community. Wow, we have covered a ton of ground today, from executive summaries and intense IRS obligations to floor plans and holistic marketing strategies. The blueprint is literally right here in front of you, and the mystery of the business side has finally been removed. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Are you going to keep building someone else's dream? Or are you finally ready to blueprint your own?